Welcome back to Rollin with Olan. And today we have an incredible duo. Oh boy, do we ever. I just want to say that this podcast is sponsored by Source and Cast, sourceandcast.com. Source and Cast is for the background actor starting out in the business. Check it out. Go to the site, and I promise you it'll help you get jobs and everything else. Let me introduce these two, and I'm going to read because there's so much info here. First of all, today, like I said, we have a powerhouse duo with us. She is an iconic television personality, model, dancer, and philanthropist, and an original, unforgettable cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She began her career as a dancer on Club MTV, and later she co-founded Gramnet Productions with Kelsey Grammer, which helped produce successful TV series including Medium and Girlfriends. She is a survivor of endometrial cancer.
Yeah, endometrial cancer, correct.
And a supporter of women's health and cancer awareness. Mm-hmm. The brilliant and beautiful Camille Grammer.
Thank you. Hello.
Sitting next to her is one of the legendary Budweiser gals from the Spuds McKenzie campaign, appearing on the Tonight Show and a national tour with those commercials. What a huge success those were. And then Kimber has also done films like Empire Records, Phantom of the Mall, and Eric's Revenge. She also was the co-star of the 1987 TV series Sea Hunt, playing Jennifer Nelson. She is a Canadian actress, model, and former flight attendant. And she was part of the it couple in the Hollywood scene in the late 80s and early 90s with Richard Greco, and who was at the time our heartthrob on 21 Jump Street and Booker. The beautiful and brilliant Kimber Sissons.
Thank
Boy,
you.
that's a lot because you guys are a lot. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And we're excited to be here. There's so much. We're like frickin' frat here. And we have a great time traveling together and working together. And she's been very helpful because she's been in the business for a long time. And she's great on camera. And look at that face. Isn't it cool?
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Well, both of you. Thank you. I mean, really, I can't tell you how much this is exciting to me, my producer, the Rollin with Olan podcast audience. Let me just get into a little bit in the beginning. I'm not going to go too far into it, but Camille, you were born in Newport Beach, California.
Correct.
Your family moved to New Jersey. You were raised there.
Correct.
Kimber, you come to us from, I believe, Vancouver, Canada.
Correct. Yes.
And so here's the question. The two of you are great friends. How did this, friendship start out? Where did you guys meet? And give us a little background on that.
Oh my God. I met Camille.
Jeff Greenberg's party.
Yes.
It was a Halloween party. Have you gone to the Jeff Greenberg Halloween parties? Yeah.
Epic parties.
Epic. So much fun. It was in a Hancock Park. And we were waiting online to go to the restroom. And that's how we met. And she just started chatting away. Blah, 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 blah. And I remember Perry Gilpin said during the Frasier days, she said, I have a girlfriend named Kimber. And she reminds me so much of you. You two will have to meet each other because you'll get along. And here we met online at Jeff Greenberg's house, waiting for the ladies' room, or the restroom.
Yes.
And it was all backed up. And go ahead.
Oh, I have
the toilet was backed up, Camille?
The line.
The line that could have been. The line was backed up. Yeah. The line to the restroom was backed up.
And her husband turns around and says, do you have a pen?
Well, Kelsey Grammer. Okay, so we go to the restroom. We leave. We go back to where Kelsey is at that time. And she's with me because I want to say, hey, Kels, look, guess who I met on the line to the restroom. And he turns to us because he's facing away from us. And he turns to us. Well, he didn't know I was behind him.
No, he didn't.
I think he saw you. And he goes, does anybody have a pen like that? And he didn't realize it was me. And I'm going through my bag because he was giving another woman his phone number. crazy, or he was collecting a phone number,
Or
whatever it was. But
it wasn't good.
He didn't realize it was me, and I was like, "Sure." I gave him the pen. He's like, "Oh, honey, well, we're gonna meet up in London. She's a therapist." I was like, "Oh God, I caught you red-handed," and you were there, so
He was.
Wow.
I was dumbfounded. It was a Halloween costume too, and I was dressed as a teddy bear. I had pajamas on and a teddy bear, and I'm just stunned looking at him going, "Oh my God, Kelsey, you're going to be in trouble when you get home."
And this is like 5-6 years.
That's crazy.
It wasn't long into our marriage either. It was like 5 or 6 years.
Oh, really? What? About a year and a half?
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5
it was,
years.
maybe you were married a while, because I remember seeing you and Kelsey at school at Webster with the kids, because I have a son and she has 2 kids.
Right.
So that was a good, it must have been about 5 years. It must have been.
That's crazy. So was it that long after that you guys said, "Hey, let's hang out, let's get together, let's"?
We would run into each other in Malibu, and she was always very friendly. We'd see her at events at Webster School, and stuff like that, and she's like, "Come take Pilates with me."
That's right. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Oh my God,
she's a Pilates instructor as well, and you could see her body.
I mean, is there anything you guys don't do? I mean, you do so much. I mean, you really do. Let me. You both have such iconic roots of the '80s and '90s. Kimber with Spuds MacKenzie and Camille with Club MTV, as I mentioned earlier. I was working in the industry back then as well, and we all know it was absolutely electric back in those days. It was
amazing.
It was unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. So you mentioned a little bit about the one party. If you could take the listeners back to just a wild night that the two of you guys had that you really remember, what sums it up best? Any night that sticks out in your guys' head that you guys were just like?
I remember going to parties and seeing like, oh God, I don't want to drop names. It's all.
No, you might as well.
Okay. I remember being there at a big party, and I guess David Spade shows up with his girlfriend at the time. And who was he dating years ago? And she leaves with Jack Nicholson. That was.
Oh, wow.
So who was it? Was it Laura from Boyle? I don't know. I don't remember who it was at the time, and Jack was drunk as a skunk by the kitchen. And the staff working are like, "Jack's outside vomiting because he's so drunk." And I was like, "This is freaking crazy," right? So my girlfriend meets me there. I was with Kelsey. We go into another room. She walks into a room. She's again a restroom. She's going to the restroom. She's waiting online. A girl vomits behind her. Then she walks into another room to find another restroom, and there's Oliver Stone with a girl in a bed. So this is what it would be in the 90s. Hollywood parties were kind of about. Yes. And I remember roll joints in the rooms. Like they were just roll joints everywhere. Who else was there? Spike Lee, you name it. Kevin Costner was there. There were Victoria's Secret models walking around. One was sitting on my husband. Again, I went to the restroom. I come back because she wanted to be an actress.
With a pencil and pen?
She was, I think, a retired Victoria's Secret. I guess you're always a Victoria's Secret model. Stunning, beautiful girl, very nice. I haven't seen her in years. We were talking, but as soon as I get up, that's when they commit. As soon as the wife gets up, they creep in on it.
Oh my God, so true.
Yeah.
So true.
And it's not
I mean, it's crazy because you two have, I mean, this is one story and you've got a gazillion of them, right? I mean, you have been in I just want to give a little more of this backstory of who you two really are. I mean, of course, Housewife fans know, Kimber, you have tons of fans from the early days. So back in the late 80s and early 90s, 21 Jump Street was an absolute cultural phenomenon. And Richard Grieco, is that how he said his name? You're right? Yeah. He was at the center of the scene with Johnny Depp at the time.
Yeah.
What was it like, Kimber, navigating normal life when you knew that like girls from all over the country had your guy's poster on their wall? I mean,
what was that?
So true.
Yeah, what was that like, right?
It was hard. It was really hard. I mean, he was a really sweet guy when we first started dating, and he was really humble. But when he got to Jump Street, I'm not kidding. It was so big. It was so big. You know, the cover of People magazine, sexiest guy. You know, he got it so quickly and so fast. But it was hard. You know, you go sit in a restaurant and girls are coming up all the time, and you know, can I have your autograph? And you know, go to the bathroom. Same thing. She said, you go to the bathroom and you come back, and Nicolette Sheridan sitting there with him. So Nicolette Sheridan says, well, why didn't we ever date? He goes, because I never asked you. I was like,
I don't know her. I have nothing to say, but I heard this story before, and
they were so bold. The women were
very
so
bold.
Unbelievable. Right. I mean, maybe they still are in certain circles.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
right.
There are definitely predators.
I'm sure. Well, we'll talk about that because we all know those types of people. Camille, you were on Howard Stern's show many times.
Yes.
How did the role come up in Private Parts in Howard Stern's movie?
He might have
it
because I knew him.
Did he meet you on MTV or something? Or
it was MTV. My ex-boyfriend, who was in the music business, and his friends. There was a cool group of us that used to hang out in New York, and I met him through those circles back in the late '80s, early '90s, and he would call out and say, "Hey, Camille, you want to come on my show?" So he's a riot. He was a lot of fun. Was very controversial at the time. I think he's come down a lot more.
Yeah, he's come down
a lot. Yeah, he definitely has
come down
a bit. But no, he was a hoot. I think.
Did he try hitting on you constantly?
Not really. I mean, not really. He would compliment me, but he knew my friends and stuff like that. So he wasn't a dog that way.
Oh.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah. Well, his new the wife that he's been with for now the last 10, 15.
God, it's gotta be it's over 20 years.
Yeah. So he really has calmed down, and
I haven't seen him in many years, but I've always enjoyed. I mean, sometimes it was a love-hate, honestly, because he'd say some things and I'd be like,
oh my God.
But he just went there. You know, that was him, the shock jock. Right? The shock jock.
Yeah, he loved it.
So I think it was I got a call from their casting people to come in to read and say a few lines and wear a bikini. And so I'm here in New York City. It was probably pretty cold out at the time. And, I had my little bikini on under my outfit, and you have to stand there. And that's always so awkward.
Yeah,
sure. Say your name, Camille. I was watching at the time, and I'm standing there in a bikini, and they're like, turn to the side, turn to the back.
Right.
As a casting director,
Right. The in-person auditions.
Yes.
No, it's great. No, I get it. I totally get it. I did From Dusk Till Dawn.
Great.
And we had a gazillion bikini girls that came in, and some of them were taking it all off and this and that because it was part of that. Yeah, but I know for a lot of them it was comfortable, and for some others it was like, oh God, they're going to look at everything.
The bikini's okay; it's still uncomfortable, but the bikini is better than go topless.
Yeah.
That's a whole next level. Yeah.
Well, you haven't done that. You did do Playboy though, didn't you?
I did Playboy. I did a Skinamax movie.
Yeah.
And so did you.
I did too. I did in bed.
We get sucked into that. Oh no, it's not that bad. I was Skinamax. Right. That's exciting. And when
surprise.
Yes, you sign the contract. You sign on the dotted line. You think, oh, this is nothing, and they're like, oh no, this is your scene, because it just says kiss in bed. That's it. And when you get there, the director's like, oh no, there's a little more to this. So I'm like, I've been duped.
I did a movie with Patrick Warburton, my first movie with Oliver Reed and Eartha Kitt, and we had to do a love scene, and it was so hard. But I thank God he was as nervous as I was, so it made it fun. But it was hard. It was really hard.
And back then, I put a sock on it, so
yeah.
The audience thinks we're naked, but we're really not, because I have string. What was it? Fishing line tied on my hip to some kind of little padded thing. So you're not completely nude, but it gives the illusion that you are.
Yeah. Yeah. No, plenty of those. I was involved in casting some of those back in the day for Showtime and what have you. And so, no, I get it. I get it. So, so you guys have done a lot of crazy things. Let's just get to the, well, there's a few things, but I want to get through some. Camille, you were there at the absolutely beginning of Beverly Hills Housewives. As a producer and a dancer,
Okay.
you knew how sets work, but in reality TV, things are a lot different. Um, how long did it take you to forget about the cameras being there? And
That's a good question.
you know, and 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 share with us maybe a little bit of the behind the scenes that people don't really realize, because we all know with reality TV how stressful it can be and this and that and what have you. So if you could just both of the, you could answer.
Very different than going home and reading your lines and studying your lines. And I know that people that have come on, like Lisa Renna and Denise Richards, who I adore, and she said it's just very, very different because you walk away from that character, but reality sticks with you because they believe that,
Yeah.
reality. What is it? Yeah, reality.
Yeah.
It's a heightened reality. It's real. It's not scripted. It's not scripted. And what was the first part of the question? It was like I know you trying to see
Yeah,
being
being already a dancer and a producer, and because you had done, with Granite, you had done
involved
Medium.
with
Oh, by the way,
development.
Medium.
Oh, Patricia.
And I want to share this. And I don't know if you know this, but Jeff Olan Casting did the background.
Correct.
Oh,
So I got a check from you personally.
Welcome. From Kelsey and Graham.
Thanks for the pay.
You got to give a shout out to Steve Stark, who was amazing.
Absolutely.
The company at the time, I was going to say country company, and then Glenn Gordon Karam.
Well, actually, it was Jeff Olan Casting that did all the background.
Oh, that's fantastic. So
yeah.
Thank you for that. No, great
And
job.
Glenn Gordon, yeah.
Glenn Gordon was fantastic.
And Ron Schwery. Did you ever meet Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy.
I was around, but I wasn't there for all the tapings or anything like that. But I was there for events. I went for events, but I saw a lot of we went over the dailies and,
Yeah. So I guess the question was to go back. You saw a lot of that, and then you were a dancer, and so you had worked, with other shows, this and that, what have you. So how much different was it when you started doing reality TV? What was the,
Well, behind the scenes, you're much more protected. You give notes, and your face is not right there, and it's definitely a different animal. In terms of forgetting that the cameras were there, that was hard because I was looking for the cameras. I find myself looking to see, still to this day, if I'm filming, I'm like, okay, where's the camera? But MTV days, we were looking for the camera.
You find the camera.
We find the camera. And then you have to switch from that to, pretend the cameras are not there. But it's still, there's so many cameras while you're filming events with reality TV. You can have 5 to 6 to 7 cameras all around you. So it's like, okay, don't look at the camera, but there's a camera there. Oh, look at that. But I mean, once you get engrossed with conversation with the ladies, then you forget because you really are engaged with the women at that time. And there's a lot of drama. So you're constantly thinking, okay, what's coming next? What's going to be my reply? It is like playing chess. Okay, who's mad at me? Who's not mad at me? What am I walking into?
Yeah.
That was a big question. What am I walking into this evening? Okay, so-and-so's mad at me. Why do I have to defend myself? So my brain's constantly thinking and running the tapes in my head. Okay, what do I have to do next?
Right.
What he said, how do I defend myself? How do I get out of this situation? How did I get into this situation? Why is so-and-so mad at me? So then when you're in that, you forget that the cameras are there.
Yeah. I don't want to stay too long on the Beverly Hills Housewives. I just want to get into some other things, but I do want to ask you about that dinner with the famous dinner. Kimber, were you in the background somewhere? Probably
not in that dinner party. No, I wasn't.
She wasn't working with me yet. We weren't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were acquaintances, but we weren't good friends just yet. But
so with Allison, that dinner party, right?
Who you worked on. as the casting director for the background. We thought, Kelsey and I thought it'd be a good idea to have Allison on the show to promote the show. And the thought process was everybody else is promoting everything on Housewives. That's why they do the show. They have lines, they have restaurants, they have everything. You have to get agency. Mauricio was promoting that all the time. So we thought, okay, why don't we do something that is ours, that's involved with GramNet, that, because Kelsey, had GramNet Productions, that this would be good. This would be good advertisement for promoting the show. And we didn't know what was to come of it. We know that she's a character.
That was the
dinner party from hell. Also, I knew she would make good TV, but I didn't know what was going to happen. But she's a character in real life. She's a character. So Arizona, she was like, I got a gun. I don't take shit from anyone.
Oh.
And I didn't tell her too much what was going on. I said, the girls are not getting along with me. I kind of feel like I'm on an island by myself. But I didn't really get into the nitty-gritty details because I didn't have time to.
So she was already going to defend you because of what you said to her, you're on the island by yourself.
Of course. Of course she was ready to defend me. But also, Allison's a very strong person and a very strong personality. So I think she's going to go in there being herself and doing her own thing anyway, no matter what I say or don't say.
Right.
If she thought the ladies were great, she's like, these ladies are fantastic. I don't know what your problem is. They're terrific. That she was very honest and real. And I think what the audience didn't see is that we filmed for a very long time. And there's some continuity issues with the show. I don't want to give that secret up, but you see dessert before dinner at different times. Editing. I can't say that. Oh, the dreaded word editing. So, and what you don't see is the women at different times, like really pressing Allison for a read and then kind of questioning her ability. Well, I don't think you really have talent if you're not going to give me a read right now. And, so Allison was becoming more defensive about that at the time, understandably so, because they're like, give me a read. And she kept saying, I'm not here to be your dog and pony show. I'm here to be Camille's guest. I don't want to go around the table giving readings. I wasn't here for that. I'll talk about what I do, but I'm not here to read about your grandmother. And Lisa Vanderpump was really pressing her for a read. And then Lisa was, who else was? Kyle really pressed hard. And then they were like, well, then you're not good. And then you have no talent, and questioning her talent and her ability. And that's when she gets her dander up and she's like, okay, I'm going in deep. And so, but you didn't see that. You just saw her going in deep. So you didn't see the precursor to that.
Yeah. So we know how it all kind of went down. I mean, obviously fans had talked about that for years. They still probably talk about it. What happened afterwards? After they all kind of walked out, I did see Kim Richards was like pushing one of them outside or saying it's all your fault or whatever. But what happens afterwards?
Okay, what happened afterwards? Okay, I think Kimber fell when she was leaving. Not Kimber, sorry. I think Kim kind of tripped over something. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? As the girls were leaving. And as they're leaving, the sprinklers went on. And you couldn't have timed it perfectly. I had nothing to do with that, but the producers all loved it. They're like, oh my God, the girls go outside. They're saying that the house is haunted. They're walking. They have their dresses on, the sprinklers. And they're like, ah! They ran to the limo. It had something to do with who was riding in whose limo. Perfect. Because I think there was some infighting with Kim and some like Kyle and some of the other ladies, but it was just brewing between Kyle and Kim at that time. And there was some stuff going on with that. I don't know exactly, but there was an argument about limos and cars and who was sitting with who and who's talking to who and who's.
Camille, after a day like that, and again, Kimber, you were by her side a lot. After days like that, crazy, heavy days like that, what do you guys do like afterwards? Do you close down, or are there cameras on you, just kind of getting some, behind the scenes or B-roll, or what happens on?
Yeah, well, after the dinner party from home, after the ladies left, the cameras were breaking down, but there still was a camera rolling, and we were just sitting there, and I think that's when you got some good like sound bites footage from Allison going off and me probably saying something sarcastic and ridiculous. But it was pretty much everybody was breaking down, and Allison was going off on the ladies because she was really pissed at them at that
And she
point.
was drinking a little bit that night.
Yeah. Probably a lot.
A little.
They all were.
And smoking that electric cigarette too.
But there was no, pot in that. There was no THC. It was just, she kind of brought the electric cigarette onto reality TV.
That's right. I forgot about that. TC.
That's right. Because she was going to stick it up one of their,
Ah!
Oh God, that was crazy.
All right. So Kimber, just
go ahead.
Go ahead, Camille. Did you want to say something else?
No.
Okay. So Kimber, as Camille's assistant and friend, what's one of the funniest or most unexpected things that Camille's like day to day, like what's on her day to day list that you would say, oh my God, only in Beverly Hills? Is there anything, or is she pretty?
She's a lot of fun to work for. She loves life. She likes to get out of the house. She likes to do stuff. She gets things done. And she's like, Kimber, I need this. I've always been like, I don't know. I've always been like someone who likes to get things done, but I hate doing it for myself. It's really funny. I can do stuff for other people, but I can't do it for myself. So she's always like, let's go shopping, or let's go get yogurt in Santa Monica, or she's always go Greek. We've always got to go to Greek. But it's just fun. I mean, it's just been fun, a lot of fun. She's just a lot of fun to work for, and she's very generous and extremely generous.
And you've seen her go through a lot of, obviously a lot of triumphs, milestones, life milestones, working, as working as an advocacy for the cancer awareness and all that. That's got to move you too, right? I mean, working with her and all that.
We're
not talking behind your back, Kimber.
No.
We went to Washington
several times. Yeah.
And she spoke on behalf of the Cancer Foundation.
I chaired an event in Washington.
We did a big walk, and it was just I think she did it 3 years in a row, and it was just, was it 3 or 4? 3? 3 or 4. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Didn't you have cancer twice, Camille, and beat it both times?
Yes, but the first was the real big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the endometrial cancer stage 2 going into stage 3, and I had clear cell carcinoma, so I did chemo and radiation, and I got my surgery and my treatment. I went to MD Anderson in Texas for that. Houston, Texas, incredible cancer hospital.
Yes,
they were fantastic. Mm-hmm.
And she dated a horrible man who tried to sue her, and we had to go to court. And not allowed to talk about that.
I don't really want to. Yeah.
Okay.
So
it was. It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of different things that you guys have been through. And between reality cameras, the paparazzi, the high profile lifestyle that you guys live, share a little bit of that behind the scenes. I think also because we all know that those of us who aren't at that level, or people around the world that, we all want to know, because we also hear and know in the industry that we work in, and you both know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of BS out there. There's a lot of phony people. There's a lot of stuff that, oh my God, but you guys must have a ball when you go out. And is there any like little secret code that you look at each other about and go, oh my God, look at this person, what's going on here? Or
not really.
And she just looks at me, and I know
I'm pretty blunt because
Yeah.
I grew up on the East Coast. My dad was on Wall Street for, he's a finance guy. So we're pretty and I'm Italian and Irish. So we're pretty blunt. I'm like, no, this is bullshit. Let's go.
Yeah.
I look at her.
She just has to look at me a certain way, and I'm like, I know. She's like, out of here. We're out of here.
Because she's friendly to everyone. She's
friendly.
like, oh, this is really nice. And I'm like, let's
walk. Let's go. Woo! I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, we both know, and that is, but we both know about the just the egos and the fakes that are in the biz, right? So you guys you walk away.
She knows
from
a lot more people than I do. I do have to say, I know my MTV group from back in the day when MTV was the best. I have to say,
it was so fun.
It was so. Yeah. I was there at the height of MTV.
Tell us about it. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's hard to. It was some of the best days of my life. I met incredible people. I was there in its heyday, I do believe.
Yeah, you
Even as a
were.
dancer, I was in my late teens, and we traveled. We did spring break. We met all different musicians, talent, dancers, people that were just starting out. So, like Will Smith came on our show when it was,
Oh,
he was starting out as a rapper, and like all these different people that we got to meet and to see them just take off. Like I remember working with Ben Stiller years ago. He did one of his first directorial things for MTV. It was called Going Back to Brooklyn with Colin Quinn, who I adore. Colin Quinn, he's very funny, and he was on SNL for a long time. And I remember being a part of that and being cast as a dancer and doing a few other things for that. Ben's first thing and doing some other stuff. It was called Rewind, and it was like right the 80s, and we would go back, and it was me, Ben, and Colin Quinn. And then I did stuff with Adam Sandler years ago when Adam just got out of college, and before just when he was starting out, I think even before he got Remote Control and was Dog Boy. And then from there, he went on to SNL, and now, and he's larger than life. So I remember meeting all these people in the beginning of their careers and working with them and like not big roles, but small roles, and talking roles with them and having.
That's crazy. Have you come into contact with some of them years later and said, "Hey, do you remember this or that?" Or it's just
They'll say, "Yeah, hey, Camille, nice to see you," but it's different.
right?
That was then. I remember Adam Sandler's wife comes into my beach house because their daughter wanted to use the restroom or something. And I ran into Adam, and she's like, "How do you know Adam?" And she's very nice, but I was just like, "Oh my God, we met years ago working at MTV together." So there was nothing nefarious about Adam and I years ago. Nothing happened. It was just fun. And, there was, I have nothing bad to say about any of these people. I enjoyed my time getting to know them and working with them years ago and seeing them grow and become huge. I mean, the fact that Adam and Ben, it's just wow. I mean, the guys we knew back then, me and my other dancer friends that were friends with him would go, wow. But again, we're just the dancers,
but the dancers
You were the dancers.
They were so big. It was such a big.
I know, we were cute and the guys like being around us, but we were just the dancers, so.
Yeah. But you know what? That's the MTV days of the early days. And, both of you have, you started, early on, you were doing all kinds of things. Kimber, tell us about, like, I know the audience probably doesn't know, maybe the older audience, let's talk about Sea Hunt for a second. You worked with, I think it's great because you were the co-star. You were the daughter of the main guy, the two of you, Ron Ely. He played Tarzan. I mean, this guy. So, how did that go? What was that audition like? Because you also had to obviously be, very much into water. You guys were doing, there's some cool stuff. I looked at some of that. I was like going, oh my God, because I know it was a remake of a movie, of a series that was way back in the 50s, right?
Yes, Lloyd Bridges and Catalina.
Lloyd Bridges or something?
Yes. Yeah. I was really, really young. And, back then there was, you go to auditions and you actually go to their offices and you meet them and you bring your your Z card or whatever it is. It was such a scene. And I got cast and I got taken up to Vancouver, Canada to shoot the show. And they took my second unit to Australia. So my second unit made me look beautiful in the Australian water and the fish and everything. And it was hell. It was cold. It was 58 degrees. It was a lot of.
You hate it. She hates swimming.
So when
really? I tell these stories, because we go swimming in Hawaii, I'll take her out on a paddleboard, and she's like shaking. It's the water. I'm like, how did you film a show that you were constantly in the water?
I got hypothermia twice. I came out of the water. I was like, I couldn't talk. It was horrible. And then I came back after I finished the show, and they wanted to hand me Baywatch. And I was like, no, I don't want to be in a bathing suit. Don't want to be in the water. I want nothing to. And I look back now and I go, wow.
Well, we look back and go.
They're doing it again. They're doing a reboot, I hear.
Yeah, they are. They're doing it. They're doing it now. They almost left town because of the, as we all know, the permits and everything are so expensive here.
I read about that. A
Yeah,
nightmare.
yeah, yeah.
What's going on? I would love to see the Hollywood we talked about business the way it was back in the day when I was working for Gramnet and my ex and I was involved with it, that it turns around because it's so different now. It is so different.
Yeah, but I got to tell you guys, and you hear about it, and you're in the circles as well. It's not going to turn around the way we really like the way that we lived it back in the day. That we were so lucky. Beyond now, it's not going to turn around in Los Angeles, and it's I just said this on my last podcast. I had Rob Korn on, who's a big time television producer. We were talking about it. It's gone out of town. It's in other cities in the United States, and it's all over the world. So Los Angeles, which used to be the place, right? It used to be Hollywood. We all know that. It's not. So yes, there'll be work back here, but there's 81 countries right now that are doing productions, and you can't take that all and put it back into a bottle. We all know that. So, we had some great days. I know we'll have some good days ahead. But the way that they were when you guys were starting out and doing all that and all those, co-starring roles that you had, Kimber and
audition. My daughter is
the auditions.
Yeah.
I booked commercials. I did commercials. I went.
You were the highest paid commercial actress at the time.
Yeah. You had the biggest commercials in the land.
Yes.
I had 20 nationals running 1 year, and it was just
incredible. And in those days, I'm not counting your bank account, but in those days, that's when the big bucks.
Yeah.
I remember I knew this guy who was the guy playing the piano on top of the McDonald's bun.
Oh,
he was Mac, whatever.
Yep.
Anyways, I remember he made a fortune off of that thing. So, Kimber, God bless you.
Those days are gone.
Well, the residuals we got too.
Maybe 1 penny. 1 penny now on a residual.
Yeah, you get that 0.1.
Oh yes, Jeff. I get those. Why don't they donate anything under $10 to a charity of our choice? I don't understand this. The $2 and the $1.
They spend so much on a stamp just to get us. I have a literally in the other room here. I showed it on this podcast. I got a 1 cent.
Oh my God!
Residual from Days of Our Lives when I did that years ago, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
funny.
I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, no, it's all changed. Look, I want to ask you about you. You both have beautiful kids. Obviously, and to navigate the madness of Hollywood and to raise those kids in Hollywood. I mean, how much were the two of you in the last 15 whatever years, a rock for each other doing that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Helping with work and years ago for the modeling stuff.
She's got 2 beautiful children that I love and I've helped raise with her, and thank God I got to adore and as my own, with my son as well. But
she never had a daughter, so she kind of took on Mason as her. She's an amazing woman. We're co-parent Mason and Judith and Dylan. No, you've been very helpful over the years.
Thank you. But you've allowed me to be, which is amazing.
Well, you guys are able to lean on each other, and especially because of the world that we live in, those of us in the entertainment industry. And to raise kids through it who turn out really well, that's a great thing. So,
Thank you.
I mean, really, it's wonderful. I want to do a real quick thing. Actually, I was going to save it, but I'm going to do it. So, Camille, this is for you. Okay. I'd like a 1-word response. I'm going to mention a few names. If you could do a 1-word response, we'll play a little game. Kyle Richards. Next.
Fine.
Kim Richards.
Kyle's funny. I think Kyle's funny. Kim's wacky.
You can go on. Lisa Vanderpump.
Businesswoman. All business.
Adrienne Maloof.
Lovely. Yeah, nice.
She seems that way.
Yeah, lovely, but business too, but lovely.
Yeah.
Taylor Armstrong.
Tortured and sad at times, but trying. Smart, but tortured. Yeah.
Brandy Glanville.
Wacky. Out of her mind.
Denise Richards.
Lovely. Lovely.
Andy Cohen.
Wow, kind of a genius from where he's come. You have to say he's built quite an empire for himself. So I would say, yeah,
Kimberly Sissons.
lovely. Oh, sweet, funny, quirky, but quirky. What's the
Quirky.
word?
I'm
I don't know.
quirky. I'm quirky.
Quirky. And last but not least, Jeff Olan.
Wonderful. Oh, Jeff's the best.
Yeah.
Those background actors were fantastic.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
talked to every single one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Woo, I know. Well, I have an interesting story about Medium too with cast.
Yeah. I'd love to hear it.
Glenn Gordon, he wanted Patricia Arquette. He said, definitely I want Patricia Arquette. And Kelsey had his mind set on another actress. She's a brunette, I won't say her name. And he was set on this actress. That's it. She's going to do it. That's it. And I said, Kelsey, I think Patricia Arquette, and I'm going to agree with Glenn about this. And what I did is when we had Blockbuster, so I took him to Blockbuster and I said, we're going to pick up movies that Patricia Arquette has been in. So I think I picked up 2 or 3 movies and we went home and we watched them. And he's like, Camille, you're right. Patricia's our girl. So there's a little,
That's
information out
history.
there.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a
Yeah.
fact. So
You
yeah.
know, I read that. I'm glad you mentioned that though. I read that. I wasn't sure.
No, it was me that kept pushing Kelsey. It's like, no, I don't. The other actress is fine, but it wasn't right. Patricia was perfect for that role.
Does Patricia call you every day now and say thank you?
No, I think the movie was Stigmata. There was a movie she was in. There was several. True Romance. She was just so good and so natural in these films. And again, that little Kelsey was dead set. He was like, no, I'm going to have this other actress. And I'm like, no. So, yes.
She was great. She was great.
She was great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a great time doing it. I thought everybody on there and Glenn, I would always sit in the meetings, the production meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn would sit in some of them, not all of them. It was Ron Schwery who was,
Ron.
and the directors and, a lot of the assistant directors from that show are now directors. Danielle Eisman, she's a director, and
Fantastic.
Lori, who was she was a producer for The Talk, and so a lot of those people really moved on. I'm really proud of them.
That's fantastic. I haven't followed that after that because the divorce was so traumatic for me, and I think Kelsey just didn't want me to have any connection to anybody. It was like kind of like blasted in a way.
Do you guys do you have a lot of celebrity friends? And so do you hang out with people a lot?
Really?
Not really. Not really.
I mean, through Housewives, friends through Housewives, I do love Denise. I mean, we have a lot of acquaintances in that world. But
you run into them,
you probably have a lot more than I do. You do have a lot of celebrity friends. Roma Downey, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on.
Yeah.
You do
but it's really fun because I've been in the business so long. I feel like they're normal people.
Yeah. You don't think of them as celebrities. You think of, I was at so-and-so's house or we were here. And
like going to church on Sundays with Roman and Mark and they're sitting beside me. It's like, it's to a lot of people, that's a big deal. They're normal people and they're sweet and they're my neighbors and I look at them as normal people, but I've been around so long too. Probably when I came in, when I was younger,
you don't think of them as
celebrity.
The celebrity.
Yeah. They're just normal.
They're really normal.
Nice people,
yeah. And they're normal. Unless you're going to like a red carpet event or something like that. I'm sure there's people that you guys may not know and you'll see and you'll go, oh my God, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know how much you do that nowadays.
I used to have those moments years ago. Like I met Christopher Walken, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm such a Christopher Walken fan." And I remember meeting him, and he's like, "Hey, Kelsey." Well, I can't do Christopher Walken, but I was like, "Wow, it's Christopher Walken." Come here.
We just ran into Shirley MacLaine. I run into her a lot in Malibu,
Oh
And
my God.
she lives in New Mexico, but she comes to Malibu. And we ran into her the other day with her father. And he said, go ahead, take my seat, because she was cold and she wanted the sun. And it's like, so she's such an icon to me. I'm like, oh my God, it's Shirley MacLaine. I mean, I remember when I was 19 and I read her first book when I was living in Paris, and I was like, that was the big deal. And then I see her all these years later, and they're normal people. They're just like us.
They're normal. Yeah. Do you guys ever run into Dick Van Dyke? He lives
Oh,
All
there.
the
yes.
time.
Yeah, all the time.
He was my neighbor. He would come to my children's parties. He would sing. Sang at my daughter's birthday party, sang at my son's. He has a
Really.
yeah.
Yeah, incredible, incredible. You know, you mentioned Christopher Walken, Camille. So I did Pulp Fiction,
Oh,
which again is right here. Did the extras on it, and I got to know, like, at the rap party, he and I just talked for like 40 minutes about everything and anything. He was a really, he's interesting guy and unbelievably great actor, right?
And a great dancer. And I don't think a lot of
Yeah.
people know that. Yeah, he was a hoofer. That's a tap dancer. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a professional dancer. He did Broadway. Kelsey was his understudy for a play when in New York when he got Cheers.
I
Oh
didn't.
wow,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah,
That's interesting.
hmm
Um, what are you guys up to now? Like, are you guys working on anything specifically in the industry at all?
Woman
You want to share?
yes, this woman is taking us to Italy. That is our next job.
Great. I'm going to go pack now. I'm going to go pack.
So I did film the Ultimate Girls Trip, the most recent. I did the one.
That's right.
We did Ultimate Girls Trip for Morocco that did not air for several reasons. I think there's a lawsuit involved. But as well as we just finished, and I show up a couple of times on the Ultimate Girls Trip that's coming out, the 20-year anniversary of Housewives. So that'll be a lot of fun. I show up with Kyle. We have some really sweet moments. Well, a sweet moment, Kyle and I, actually a couple or a few, Kyle and I, like revisiting different moments through our Housewives experiences together. And we had a lot of fun doing that. And I got to see a lot of the different housewives from all other states and cities, and it was really nice. I really enjoyed that.
That's really great.
So the audience is going to see it too because it's going to come out soon. I think that's airing in August. So that's I'm
You
excited.
guys are busy. You have a lot going on. Do you usually I do this in the beginning, but I just can both of you, one at a time, obviously, take us back to when you decided you wanted to enter this crazy business.
She can go first.
You know what?
Kimber?
I will go first, and it's really a funny story. I was actually living in Vancouver, and I was working as an airline flight attendant. I hadn't quite gotten accepted. I had to be 18 or something, and I was 17. And so I was working at the airport, and a girl from Vancouver, from John Casablancas Elite, came up to me in the bar and said, would you like to model? And I was like, I'd never thought of it, and obviously I'd been drinking. And she says, please come down to the office. John's in town, and I'm what do you call it when they find girls? Go see, not go see. What do you call when you find people?
Research or when you find somebody, recruiting.
She recruited me. She goes, I'm recruiting you. I've only found one girl I want to come down. So I called my father, and my father came down with me, and he said, go do it. What do you want to do? I said, I want to travel. He goes, I promise I'll give you travel. So I took a 2 months leave of absence from the airlines, went to New York, cold out of the country, into New York City, and I was terrified. And they sent me to Paris, and Lord and behold, I ended up in LA, and it just snowballed. All by accident. It wasn't something I wanted. It wasn't something that, I want to be an actress. I just kind of fell into it. And then
you've been busy. I mean, you were busy. That, like Camille said, all the commercials and the
Very
co-starring and this and that.
She worked a lot.
Fortunate. I was very fortunate. I used to go to Chicago and do Spiegel. I used to model and do Spiegel catalogs, and I got my wish. I wanted to travel, and I got to travel. And
didn't you live in Paris as well?
I lived in Paris for 2 years. Yes,
Wow.
but I never spent time in Italy. I was afraid of the Italian men, and then 3 years ago, she took me to Italy, to Amalfi Coast. I'm like, what was wrong with me? Like, why haven't I spent all this time in Italy? And now we're going back, and I'm like, oh my God.
She loves it.
I love to travel. But I didn't have that, I want to be in this business. I didn't. It was I mean, I was very, very fortunate and very lucky.
Yeah.
You're very
Yeah.
lucky, and but you have great bones. You're beautiful. I can understand why somebody
Gorgeous. Both of you. Yeah.
scout,
Unbelievable.
scout,
Yeah.
she scouted, got
Scout, that's the
scouted.
word.
Yes, she
Scout.
got scouted.
It's what? What's the word?
Scout. I got scouted.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. You got scouted. Okay.
she
Gotcha.
did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, oh God,
She
how did
wanted it.
start?
She
When I was a little kid, my mom had me involved with plays. I think my first as a dancer, I started out dancing when I was like, I don't know, 4 years old. And then any play that came up in our local community, she would go, okay, Camille, you're going to do this play. Even as a dancer, my mom really was the one, the driving force behind it. And I took acting when I was young. I was involved in grammar school. It's called forensics. I don't know. And they do one act plays or monologues. So I got into doing monologues and competing and in forensics, and I remember doing Sorry Wrong Number, and I won a regional award for the performance. And you play the two characters, and you turn one head and you perform the other character. And I did a scene out of Dracula, and I won again. I got awards for that, and then I started taking acting classes locally, and then in New York City. I had a very thick regional accent, so it was very difficult. To cast out of New York when I look like I should be in California at the time, but I sound like a New Jersey girl. So, and Sopranos wasn't happening yet. So that role wasn't there for me, so I just didn't have that. And, but I got an audition. Somebody called me and said, hey, there's this dance show and I know you're a dancer, try this. And it was basically a cattle call, and I got on Club MTV and everything kind of opened up from there. I mean,
that was 5 years, right?
Excuse me?
5 years or something like that? How many years?
4 or 5 years. Yeah, it was a hoot. I just had so much fun, and I met so many wonderful people, and my experiences there, and I still have such dear friends from those days. And again, but it opened up doors to introduce me to that world from being a teenager. And I don't think that I would have ever met my ex-husband if it wasn't for MTV and my, different people I've met.
Right. You go back to, and I was, not to get too much into it, but you talk about your ex-husband. We all know the one, Kelsey. Do you look at it now like, obviously with, getting and doing Beverly Hills Housewives and all that? I mean, do we look back now and go, hey, I mean, do both of you? This is actually for both of you. Looking back, like looking at who you guys are now and what you were able to do, which we all know how difficult the industry is. So however you're able to open a door, or whomever's able to open a door for you or whatever, do you guys ever pinch yourself and go back and say, wow, look what's happened to us? Do you guys ever talk about that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tell me about it, Kimber.
I'm 64 years old. I mean, it's amazing to me. Yes, I am. I am 64. And it's amazing to me. I've had a full life. And people say, oh, you should stay in the business. You should go back to it. And I'm like,
I tell her that all the time. I said, you could be doing commercials for,
It's just not the same. It's just not the same. I feel bad for her daughter. Her daughter is an absolutely beautiful, stunning woman. And she's in acting classes, and
it's hard to even get seen.
It's hard to get seen.
Whereas she's good. She's been studying at Howard Fine for a couple of years now.
Oh yeah,
she's good now. And the instructors are like, "You're good."
Do I pinch myself? Yeah, I've had a beautiful life. I really have.
Yeah. Well, and you still do. You still do. It's just a matter of the industry has changed so much and what have you. But you guys, like I said earlier, you guys have really. I mean, you hit it hard in different areas, right? And Camille, what about you?
I never got to that level of acting. I'm more of like, I ended up in the reality TV world, and it just kept happening that way.
Yeah.
And even though Kelsey did want me to do the show and I didn't want to do the show, I hated it the first season. I have to say, but the second, when I came around and the fans started going, oh, she's not that bad. She was going through a lot with her ex-husband. Of course, you start liking it more and more because you're getting a little more positive feedback from the fans, and it helps you to go, okay, I'll continue to do this. I enjoyed aspects of it. It gave me a voice. It helped me meet new people and have different experiences. And during my divorce, it helped me. I think it helped me. It was a good distraction.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. It was a good distraction during a very difficult time because I wasn't waking up every day crying about, oh my God, this is so horrible. Because I had to wake up and go to work. So I'm like, okay, this is good. And that was Lisa Vanderpump too. She's like, you better stay with the show because you need that distraction for your life
Yeah.
at that time. So thank you, Lisa, for pushing me to come back the second season.
And there was a lot of, even for me, being on the show with her, just as her assistant, but there was a lot of fun. There was a lot of fun times in that show. There was,
Well, I can imagine. I can imagine. I mean, look, what we saw as the audience, and we know, how reality TV works to a certain degree.
right.
I mean, but that first year, like you said, Camille, you went through a lot because you're going through your divorce and all that. I mean, right? I mean, incredible. So to be putting that on, and every day trying to figure it out, and I think the audience, they didn't really understand it until afterwards it started coming out, right? And after in season 2, it started really coming out, and I think people understood a little bit more. And about you as a person, because you were doing so many interviews, and everybody was talking. And it's hard to go through that. So I give you a lot of credit.
Thank you. Thank you. I had a great publicist too at the time, Howard Bragman.
Yeah, I mean, both of you. It's going through this. Okay, so that would bring me to this then. For younger actresses coming out from all over the world, what kind of advice could you give to them? Let's start with Kimber, because she looks like she's got something in her head.
No, it's so different. I mean,
we don't have in-person auditions anymore.
yeah.
Right.
I think I like in-person because you get to see the essence of a person. And did this start after COVID or during COVID that we decided to
most of it,
on tape? So
the self-tapes.
The self-tapes.
I think it's so much more personable to meet someone and, I don't know.
The excitement behind it, right? The excitement behind going.
Shift the notes. Like when you're in person, I've been there with the casting director, involved with casting for different shows for Grandma. And, we can give them notes like, oh, we want this. And they can reread it, come back in. And they go out and they come back in, they're prepared, but they have that opportunity with the self-tape. I don't know if you have that opportunity, but then, the casting director is giving notes. Sometimes the director comes in and talks with the person, or like Kelsey would come in and say, this is what we're looking for. And, so that personal connection and giving notes to help to see, because you see potential in certain people that come through the door. They might not be playing the scene the way you want it or that character, but you give them a note and they're like, okay, if they can adjust to that note, that's great. At least they can take those adjustments. You take those directions and take direction.
Yeah.
But the younger girls coming in and coming all over the world, stay humble. Don't try to be like everyone else. Be yourself. I mean,
that's a good one.
And we were just somewhere and every girl looked the same. It was so sad. It was like, be unique, be yourself, stay true to yourself. And,
there's a cookie cutter thing going on right now. Really? I don't know so much with TV, but maybe the Kardashians started this. And I'm not saying, I think look what they've done. They've created an empire. They really have. Kudos to them for doing that. But now every girl wants to look just like them. And that takes
away from you being unique. And
right. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
It's
right. Work hard. Really, one thing I learned halfway through, life that, work hard and just be humble. Be humble.
Be humble. That's key. That is key, especially coming into an industry like this, which we all know it can beat up on us.
It doesn't happen. I worked with a lot of different female actresses behind the scenes, on the other,
some of them are just,
but the men are just as bad.
Oh my God, you're right. You're right.
I mean, I think it's just, and I always say this, having the right mindset going in, focusing on what you really want to do, make sure that you're, like you said, humble and go in there and try as hard as you can, because we all know it could shift quickly by meeting the wrong people.
so fast, so fast. And I used to tell my girlfriends, "Oh, there's an audition for such and such." People would say, "Why do you tell them? It's your competition." It's like, you know what? Whoever's going to get the job is going to get the job. It's not, being, catty and all that stuff. It's like, it doesn't.
You were nice. Not everybody does that. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you, Camille? Are you ever going to put your producing hat back on and maybe do something else in television or movies? Or
you never know. I never say never. We'll see. It present itself at the right opportunity. For a while there, I don't think anybody would take me seriously after the divorce and the shows. Like, that was it. I kind of threw my hands up in the air and said, "Who's going to work with me?"
We'll talk.
You know?
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Thank you.
We'll talk. Did you ever
approach me? But I'm just like, please. It's a very different.
But she's very talented. She's very talented.
Thank you.
Of course.
I have a good eye for talent and different.
Absolutely.
Very talented.
Absolutely. I think you should get back into something because you do have a good head on your shoulders. And would you ever do the Housewives or any reality TV again?
Yeah, again, never say never. We'll see.
Right.
If Lisa comes back, it'd be fun. She made it fun. She made crazy fun.
It depends. We'll see.
Yeah.
You never know, right? You never know.
Do you? I know you were saying like you guys don't really. I mean, celebrity friends and all that. But the housewife gals, do you hang out? Do you guys go to dinners, or do they have dinners, or you have dinners still for them without the cameras ever?
Not really.
Probably not too much.
Denise would be the only one.
Yeah. Denise or something. Like, I haven't seen Sissons, been busy, but I used to see. But yeah, I saw Crystal recently. We went to lunch. So I mean, some of the girls I do get to see, but I mean, they're very busy. Once you're in that, you're in it. Like when it takes a lot.
It takes a lot.
It takes a lot. I think, it takes a lot. I don't know what's easier. I don't know what's easier, like reading from like really studying your lines, but that takes a lot too.
Yeah.
And
a whole focus that you have to find.
Yeah, all the memorization and having that moment at work and connecting with your co-stars and stuff.
Right, and it's just keeping up. Right, keeping up with everybody, and everybody really is just kind of going. I mean, we work with people. I say this all the time. We work with people. We build these families.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, half the family or 3/4 of the family is going off to another family, another set, or something else, and they disappear, and we don't see them or talk to them. And it's interesting because on this podcast, I'm having a lot of my old family members come on from various television shows and different things, and and I'm like, wow, it's such a great catch up with them, but that's it. I don't know, they'll go this way. We talk about maybe going and having lunch or doing this or that, but we all know how that works.
Yeah. Yeah. I think because California, everything's so spread out. Los Angeles is so spread out. And I lived in New York City. We could all stay together because it's like easy to get to. Like, okay. You can do a million, well, not a million, but many things in one day in New York, but in LA, it's the traffic. You get in your car, you got a time. It's like, oh my God, I got to get
right. That's right. Oh, yeah. You know how many times I've been invited even down to Malibu? And I live out in San Fernando Valley. And I've been a lot of parties and this and that. But I think about it, it's like, do I want to drive down there? I'm going to have a drink or two, and then I have to drive. That's
spending 2 hours on the way back, and the construction,
the traffic,
and the traffic. Yeah, it's much harder. Where in New York, everything is condensed and it's easy to get to, and it's a city that stays up much later. Versus LA, everybody's in bed by 9.
Right, shut down by 2 o'clock.
Right, everything's like in New York. You're starting at 9 o'clock.
So
That's right. That's right. Do you guys go what do you go, the two of you go, as you're hanging, it's not all about work, obviously.
No.
Oh, God, no.
We love our dogs and our kids.
We have our
hiking. I have my family here, my father, my brother's here. So I've been taking care of them. My mom passed away like 3 years ago. Yeah. So I've been, they're taking care of my dad.
Okay, let's play, because you guys are so fun. Let's play another little quick game. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's play a fast-paced BFF game. Okay. And you could point to the other. Which one? It's going to be a question. Okay. Who is more likely to lose their keys or phone? Kimber, where's your keys now?
I'm keyless, thank God. Oh, I can't, Jeff. I can't drive right now.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anytime we can. Okay. Who is the more organized one when you travel together?
Yeah.
You agree?
I put all the trips
Yes,
together.
yes.
I organize
Camille.
everything.
Okay. Okay.
I'm at the end picking up the pieces. Going, don't forget this. Don't forget this.
Yeah. Okay. What is? I'm gonna go. Kimber, what is Camille's favorite comfort food?
Oh, she has so many.
I don't even know if I have one.
I don't know.
Really?
She has so many. She's very
Snacks.
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 Okay.
I love snacks. Yes, snacks.
Yeah.
Snacks.
Yeah.
And she eats chocolate.
Chocolate.
She's chocolate.
I'm a chocolate girl.
Really? Dark chocolate or white chocolate or?
I've gone to dark because it's better for you.
No, she sneaks it. She'll starve herself all day and then she'll eat like.
You guys are such characters. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think I know the answer to this, Camille. Who's quicker to say yes to a spontaneous adventure?
Me.
I was going to say, because she's the packer. Do you always have a bag packed?
She does now.
Yeah, I do. I haven't.
I do. You know, I do have a bag packed in my closet.
Really?
I
Ready
do.
to go at all times.
That's so funny.
What's the? I know, but do you want to tell the audience if you'd like to, as far as social media, where they could follow you guys?
Yeah, I'm the real Camille on Instagram, and I have to check.
You sure you're real?
Am I?
Are you real? She's real.
Is it the real Camille? I don't
It's the
remember.
real
I got a
Camille.
point.
The real Camille.
Yeah. The real Camille on Instagram.
Yeah,
And I'm Kimber Lou, KIMBERLOO.
The real Kimber Lou.
No, I didn't do real. I'm
No,
not.
you are real.
There's no real. It's Kimberloo
It's Kimber Lou
at right?
at Instagram.
Yeah.
You guys are. I mean, you're such a trip. I am. Any stories that you can just think of just the industry in itself right now, a quick little story that you could tell that with or without somebody that just really you feel just gave you so much inspiration about this industry. Anything?
Go ahead.
Someone you worked with, somebody maybe you met, somebody you guys have met so many. It's funny how we black out,
I'm
right?
inspired every day by the writers on different shows. I mean, I was inspired by the writers of Frasier and the talent. I mean, the women that worked on that show, the female directors.
Yes.
That was a fine-tuned machine, that show. And I have a lot of respect for all of them. I would go in and out of the writing room once in a while, and I'm so impressed with the long hours, their brains, how funny they are, how fast they come up with new material. Mm-hmm. So
there's so many female writers. I mean, female directors now coming up a lot.
That is fantastic.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Right.
Her daughter. I was just going to say her daughter went to Emerson, and I still think she's going to be a director. I still think she's going to be a director.
See, I don't know, but in terms of who inspired you?
Who inspired me? Oh, you know what?
Actress. Who did you look up to?
You know what? I loved Perry. I knew Perry from day one before she even got Frasier, and she's somebody I really look up to. She worked so hard. She worked so hard at her craft. And
any other actresses that you can go, oh my God, I've watched her performance, like Meryl Streep or anybody that you can go, like, she's fantastic.
So many.
Yeah.
And the people that I came across that were just real during the Frasier days, I was going to say during the Frasier days, would be a lot of the theater ladies were amazing. Like New York, end up on television. They were great with sitcom because they're great, doing the quick one, quick with reads and stuff like that. And they were just really, really funny and fun and talented. And after the day, they walk away and they go, "Hey, how are you?" They were just cool people. It's hard for me to explain.
Yeah.
What did my ex say? She's a real broad. I know you're not allowed to say broad anymore, but he would say, "Oh, Stockard Channing, she's a real broad." Or this actress, "Oh, she's a real broad." That meant out of appreciation for who they are and coming from, stage.
Yeah, but that's part of it. We all, we see these actors and actresses and directors and producers that we look up to because they've done so much. Some of these people are so creative. So I know exactly what you're saying as far as, just going, wow, I'm so inspired by them. And even someone like me, because I did the same thing you guys did. I came out probably around the same, came out as an actor and then got into casting and podcasting and independent producing and this and that, whatever. But I used to walk into rooms where I was like walking in on eggshells because I was afraid of these people that I had read about or seen on television or in the movies. And now, we're all right there with them, I mean, and some, they're peers of ours, even you guys. I mean, I'm so fascinated by your stories and who you guys are. And, I mean, Kimber and I, we've been like back and forth for so many years. And you guys really are best buddies.
Yes, I adore this girl. I adore her. I never had a sister. So look at my little sister.
And Kimber has a sad story. Her mom passed away when she was younger. So when my mom was still here and they were living at the point, my parents, my mom took Kimber on. So it was really nice.
I took care of my mom very young, being ill with cancer, and her mom fought cancer for 13 years. 13 years, something like that. And it was beautiful. It was something I knew. It was comforting to me to all the way to the end. And she was very frail and tiny and funny.
And she's also got good energy. Kimber's got good energy, so I can see where I think she should still work. I mean, just me, Jeff. I think she should be working.
Camille, we'll work on that together.
Yeah,
Kimber, we're gonna get you out there.
I mean, I say there's Kimberisms. She comes up with words. If there's a puddle and there's mud in it, it's a muddle.
It's a muddle.
It's like when she gets in the muddle. She has a shorthand vocabulary that I completely understand.
She gets it. It scares me. It's like she gets it.
Kimberisms.
Kimber, you should. Kimberism. I like that. No, you should get out there. You should. Okay, so besides chocolate and besides, what you guys had already talked about, how do you pamper yourselves? Like, what do you do? Spas,
not really.
Hiking.
We used to be much better. Actually, we had this one lady in Malibu that was an amazing dancer, and we'd go and kick our asses. And I literally lost my balancing and everything, and I started taking dance classes. I'm terrible, but I would get into it. I'd come out of there sweating. We hiked a lot. We don't hike as much as we should. I'm saying that for myself, but no, we don't do the spas and stuff that much, and not the facials and all that stuff.
Once in a while, but no, I'm not a big spa girl. I mean, when I go away, if there's a place that has a spa, I'm there. I think we're just so busy. We really are busy in our personal lives with kids and family. And I have 2 stepsons, and I have my 2 kids, even though one graduated from college, the other one's in college. But still, there's always stuff going on when you have children and family, and they take up a lot of your time, and that's fine because I enjoy it. I love it. I love being with my family. So.
Well, you guys are both so nice and so cool.
Thanks,
and the audience knows that now.
Now, I know before. I was the most hated housewife. I'm like, how the F did that happen? Right?
I know, right? It was crazy. It was crazy. So, there's so much, as you know, I don't need to tell you, there's so much, you go down you go to YouTube and there's so much on the Crazy Housewife, right?
Yes. Me, and I'm watching these other housewives. They do much worse stuff than I've done. Say awful things to one another. I mean, this Rhode Island group, I've been watching it. It's good because the stuff they say. I'm like, oh my God. If I said that season 1, I can't even imagine because they called me the most hated housewife then. I should take it as a moniker. I could look like, yes, I am the most hated housewife. I should have ran with that, Jeff. I should have ran with that. I should have had T-shirts. I should have gotten to marketing. I was so embarrassed. I was humiliated. And I was going through this awful divorce, and Kelsey's people were just terrible to me. He had a team.
But you definitely got your voice back in season 2.
Oh,
you definitely did. Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. Thank you. And when I show up, I think I'm pretty funny and I add a little spice when I show up to film, because they still call me
Yeah.
to show up here and there to film.
Yeah. So what do you do? And on something like that, do you sign like a friend contract?
I was a contracted friend for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Uh-huh.
different. But as a guest, there's no. I never got a contract as a guest. Of course, you have to sign a release. But
I was always a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a release. So she had a talent release we have to sign. But we're not paid people to show up as guests.
No.
But when you show up as a friend, you're a contracted player at that point. So
Do you guys like the red carpets and all that? I mean, I know it's a lot of
he
work
likes
to get
filming
ready.
Housewives. She does. I don't know about red carpets. It's stressful.
Yeah.
I find red carpets to be so stressful. And my ex used to do, he's like, I don't want to do this again. But I mean, if he's up for an award, yeah, he wanted to be there. But it's a lot of work. People don't realize you start your day at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hair, makeup, you got to do it all.
You start, then you're in a car for 2 hours from Malibu to get to there back then where it was downtown, where there was now they're in town in Hollywood. But it would take forever to get there. Then you're sweating in the car, or you're anxious, and everybody always has to go to the bathroom because you've been waiting in that
And then you
car
get hungry.
and drinking, and you're hungry, so you become angry, so you're hangry.
Right.
You get on the red carpet, and then you're like, okay, it's on, and the cameras are rushing, and then your agent's there, right? And the managers are there, and everybody's in your face. And my ex is like, got to do all this. And I got to make sure he's PC, because a lot of times he wants to say something extremely sarcastic and funny. And he was. And then we're like, okay, red carpet time. And I have the funniest stories with Denise, Richard, and I saying, because Denise, Charlie was 3.5 Men. He was up for the best actor, and Kelsey was up for best actor. So the two of us would be arriving one after each other, or vice versa.
Right.
And he would be like, I hope Kelsey doesn't win again. I want to win. And then vice versa. So Denise and I would see each other in the ladies' room going, oh God, Charlie's pissed. Or how's Kelsey doing? I don't know, but if he doesn't win this. And we're laughing, going, what the frick? And Charlie's mad, and he's behind us, and the camera goes on, right? So-and-so best actor. So there's Kelsey, there's Charlie, there's another person, there's Ray. Everybody loves Raymond.
Oh my God, that's
Ray.
right.
There's and we're all sitting there, and then Kelsey Grammer, the name is called up, and everybody has to do the fake clap.
No fake clap.
Right.
Oh my God.
So Charlie's behind us, and Denise, Charlie's pissed. He's like, and Denise is like elbowing him. No clap. Fucking Kelsey Grammer wins again. We have laughed about this over and over again. So those are the wonderful things that we get to talk about when we're filming Housewives and alone, Denise and I. Our days being married to these, I would say they're icons and TV. I mean, my ex, even though we had a terrible divorce, I respect him greatly as an actor. I think he's a fantastic talent. He, again, you asked me about somebody I looked up to. Back then, I looked up to him for his acting ability. He taught me so much about the business, even production. There's so much you can learn in school. I was an English major, but I studied film, and I studied acting for years, and I was in dance. But being around him and that group of people, those creative people, I learned so much. And, and I think my daughter and my son being around it growing up too, that's why they opted to be in that business as well, because, that's what they grew up around. That's what they know. That's what they love. It's second nature to them. It's much more difficult for them to even get an audition these days, like we were saying before. But again, I looked up to Christopher Lloyd as a writer and an executive producer.
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah. Fantastic. That whole group, the Frasier team, phenomenal. Damon Lee, Christopher Lloyd, Peter Casey. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And,
Yeah. Well, you're not done yet either, Camille. It's obvious.
No.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't rely on anything. I kind of stepped away going, it's never going to happen, but it's okay. Right now I want to see that from my children.
Yeah.
I'm really focused for them. I want them to experience what I did. And we've had this conversation. It's like my experience in the late 80s, early 90s was much different with MTV and everybody coming together and everybody helping each other out and going to
That's
auditions.
true, yeah.
And I was sent on a lot of stuff through MTV because of being on.
Mm-hmm.
Even as a dancer, I was sent on stuff. And these kids now, it's like, where do they go?
Yeah.
Right? Where do they go?
Yes.
I mean, we were all like this MTV family that, and we kept getting gigs through MTV. MTV kept calling us back to do stuff.
Oh.
I did so much work with MTV back in those years.
Yeah.
And it's a great, like I said, starting point for a lot of talent, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of talent that came out of those MTV days. But now there's no MTV for these young kids.
And that was,
well, it's all changed. I mean, everything is changing. And with the, between the people could just make a movie on their phones or this or that or whatever. It's different. And we talk about the self tapes, people are overdoing it with the self tapes because they're working on it so much to get the perfect one to send in, and they don't even know. That's why the in-person is so much better in a lot of ways.
Much better. If I was involved with casting, I'm not a casting director, but I liked seeing people that were coming in, that were auditioning for different shows for our production committee. I like the in-person experience. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen you get to the essence of the person, and if they take direction well, and they take the notes from the casting director and the director that's in the room and the producers. It's different.
Look, I could talk to you both for hours and hours, and I know that we probably could, and we'd be laughing our heads off. But is there anything, and I won't do that, but I do have to, I'm going to wrap this up. But is there anything you guys want to share? Anything else you want to share to get out there for anything, any idea, anything?
Anything I want to share for these young kids, don't give up hope, especially these young actresses. Yes, the business has changed. A lot of people are doing verticals now. So go ahead, do verticals. Don't be afraid to set up YouTube channels. I know a lot of people are getting, these 2 big movies. Was it Backdoors?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And the other, oh my God, that made like 160.
Huge. So there is a place there now. And just, I think, audition for verticals, right? I mean, you're a casting director. I know there's more people. There's some actresses in different classes. My daughter said, I will never audition for a vertical. And my daughter's like, well, a lot of stuff's being made on vertical. So you would know more about that as a casting director than I do. But, there are different avenues. Yes, it's different, but I guess we all have to adjust to the times.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Exactly. Kimber?
No, I don't. And what she just said, don't give up hope. I watched her daughter so strong and so showing up for her classes and showing up for,
she's as focused as my ex-husband. She's tenacious and she's super focused. So she's got that. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm not like I said to her. You never know. Don't expect anything. And she doesn't take anything for granted. And she's not the type of person that's like, oh, Kelsey Grammer's my father. Never. No. She doesn't walk into a room at Howard Fine Studio. They didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Her acting coach.
I studied with Howard, and I'm like, Mason, you're going to Howard. She's doing amazing there.
Yeah, but Mr. Corey did not know until recently, and she's been there for 2 years, he finally put that together.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and he's like, are you... Oh, so that was good. And she's like, I'm glad they didn't know.
Yeah, it's better. She wants to do it on her own. There's nothing wrong. That's great, actually, because then she really knows that it's her talent and not just getting in the door because of dad.
Yeah, and a question he's not going to help her with anything. I mean, he's just not that person. A lot of actors do help their kids. I'm going to be honest, because why not? They throw them.
Why not? Why not?
But him, no, he's not like that. And I don't think he's ever really been like that even years ago. He's like, hey, I had to make it on my own. Let them work for it. Let them really get in there and know what it's all about and not take anything for granted. But he's in hard ass about that. But yeah, so what else was I going to say about that? No, I'm going off kilter.
No. You're just, the kids, this generation is just different. It's very different.
Yeah. But it all circles around to.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you a question. should she change her name? And that's another thing about some of these actresses that come in and their fathers are famous or their moms are very successful. They don't go by their parents' last name because they don't want to have that,
Right.
moniker or name.
She could be Mason Olivia.
I said that.
Oh,
Yeah.
But if you don't want to be a grandma, be a Mason Olivia.
Oh, I love that. Mason Olivia.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I like that.
I don't know if it works.
Well, you never know. You never know. But at least she's she's out there and she's doing it, and she's doing it on her own right now, and that's it. And yeah, you mentioned Howard Fine. I mean, great classes, like you said, Kimber, you took there too. It's continue for the younger generation, as you guys are saying. Just continue studying, learning, getting out there, creating, doing it yourself. Opening doors, because that's how we all did it, right? We did it.
Yeah.
And
it was a hustle.
It was
back
a hustle. Oh my God. It was
it's work. Nothing. Nobody gave me anything.
This chick here was on rollerblades going to our auditions with backpacks.
Yeah, in New York City.
I'm like,
I
see those girls, and I'm like scared.
I was a dancer, and we performed at Tavern on the Green. They had Hot Nights in the Green, and it was like a dinner show. It was outside for the summer. It was wonderful, and we'd go there and we performed. But I would go there for my rehearsals, so I'd get out of my apartment and rollerblade all the way up to Central Park. And
with your backpack.
With my backpack, and
love it.
Go dance, and I would get a cab home after performing. But as a dancer in New York, I got around on my rollerblades. Now you don't see that anymore. No. So I'm really dating myself.
No, you're not. No, it's dedication. And you know what? Anyone who's got that dedication and passion is going to get out there and it's going to open doors. It's just a matter of how far they take it. And so, no, I applaud you for doing that, Camille. That says a lot about you.
You don't give up, too.
No, when I was doing the hustle, I was hustling. Yeah.
You still hustle. That was the hustle.
I remember getting booked on Empire Records, and I had done a Nissan commercial all night. And at 7 or 8 in the morning was my call time. And I had to go from all night Nissan to Empire Records. And I'm like, those days are gone. Like, they're gone. Yeah. I'm so grateful that I got to experience that. And
of course you hustled. 50 commercials, Maybelline and everything else. I mean, crazy.
Yeah. I was very fortunate.
Yeah.
I chopped my hair off for about 5 years. I had short hair like Lisa Rinna, and I worked. I just worked. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you both
knew each other. You and Renna knew each other.
Yeah.
She worked with Renna. You worked with everybody. You dated everybody too. Ooh, there's a Hollywood insider for you, Jeff.
Shall we continue? Let's hear it.
That's the next podcast.
All the hotties she dated, like all the heartthrobs I grew up watching. I'm like, you dated him? Oh my God.
Kimber.
Yeah, I'm not going to drop any names.
Don't let us.
Don't drop.
And they still look good. Yeah. Oh my God, they're still so handsome. Some of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the memories that we all have. Because as we all know, the years just fly by. They go fast.
My God.
So, my gosh, and. But I love to do this again with you guys. We could make a part 2, part 3, part 4, whatever. I mean, I love this. Maybe when you get back from Italy or what have you. But let's do this. I want to thank both of you very much for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
It's really been great.
Connecting after all these.
Absolutely. After all this time. I want to thank my audience for rolling with Olan. For those of you that don't know, I'm Jeff Olan, JeffOlanCasting.com, rollingwitholan.podcast on Instagram. See, I don't even know that stuff. I want to thank our sponsor, Source and Cast, for background actors who want to get into the business. And this podcast is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as on YouTube. I've been told it's on iHeartRadio, but I'd stick with Spotify or YouTube. Thank you again to both of you very, very much. I really appreciate you guys. I love you, and see you soon.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you so much, Jeff.